Welcome, everybody, to the Rebelle Rally Live, presented by Toyota. We are here at Basecamp 1 near Area 51. This is the prologue start. I am here with my good friend Matthew Johnson, who is getting into the alien theme with some little alien dingle balls. Now, everyone, if you don't know Matthew is amazing. He is a pro driver. He has driven everything. You've probably seen him driving in commercials and on TV shows, and you didn't even know it. That is how stealthy he is.
Thanks, Emme. It's a pleasure to be back here with you for our third year together.
I know.
If you already don't know Emme Hall, which most of you hopefully do, she's incredible. She's an automotive journalist that gets flown all around the world to see manufacturers' latest delights and give her opinion about those. And then I was so excited last year to be able to point to the morning television screen and say, look, that's my friend Emme telling people about EVs or whatever that day was.
Yeah, no, it's really fun. I'm very lucky I get to go out and do a lot of great things. We both do. And so it's so cool that we're both able to be here for the Rebelle Rally. We are starting on our prologue today. The prologue's kind of like a little practice thing. But I was not able to come to tech inspection because I was busy doing automotive journalist stuff. You, however, were there.
Yeah, I have kind of inherited this job of putting all the stickers on the doors because I'm critical about stuff that's not straight. So they're like, great, here, you do it. So now I don't know how many years I've been putting the stickers on the doors. But anyway, tech inspection covers lots of things. One, we have, the vehicles look like they're an event together. We get our sponsors on there, Renewable Innovations. Our backer has Pirelli and Total Chaos and Pennzoil on it. The Iridium header, blah, blah, blah. So that's the graphics package. And then moving on, we do a mechanical check. Our technicians do a mechanical check. We do a check about the included capabilities of the vehicle to unplug often the GPS antenna.
Yeah.
So there's no ability to use GPS because if you're new to this is a super analog event. There's no GPS. And then also we're doing things like installing the yellow brick trackers. There's just a litany of things that get handled over the few days before we drive 3 hours out here.
Yeah, and some competitors actually still need to work on their vehicles. I talked to some earlier, and they said that the mechanics wanted them to put in a fuse on some of their wiring because they didn't think it was safe enough. So, you've made it to tech inspection, and you think that your job is done. But like, oh, no, there might be more things. So you still have to be prepared for anything.
Yeah, for sure. And, you could see everyone's a bit nervous,
Yep.
And a lot of folks have added a lot of equipment to vehicles and not had time to test it all. And that's one of those, pitfalls you can fall into. You suddenly are like, sponsors are like, have this.
Right.
And then you haven't been in the field with that product yet, and that could be a slippery slope.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, like I talked about earlier, we are at the start here. We are on the prologue, and this is a time for competitors to kind of shake the nerves off. They've got just a very short day today, getting an on-time or on-time Enduro. And we've got Emily Miller here. She is the founder, the director, the big cheese of the Rebelle Rally. And she's going to take us through a little bit of what Rebelle is in a nutshell. So, Emily Miller, I'm so glad to see you.
Great to see you.
It's so great. Are you excited?
Can you believe it's year 9?
No, year 9 is crazy, dude. I never thought. Remember when they said you couldn't do it?
Loud and clear.
And yet, here we are. So, for all of our new viewers, Emily, please give me the little elevator pitch. What is the Rebelle Rally?
Sure. The Rebelle Rally is the longest competitive off-road rally in the United States. It is no GPS, no cell phones. It's called Rebelle format. We created this format. Kind of took some of the elements of rally that we love, some of the elements that we love from other competitions, but also and other sports like skiing, etc. And we mashed it into a format that is truly uniquely Rebelle.
Okay, so they aren't navigating with GPS, so how do they navigate?
Compass, map, and road book.
That's it. So when you say road book, do you mean like what the Dakar Rally guys use?
Correct. It's like an FIA rally road book.
Okay.
And we have 2 types of enduros. We call them enduros. Some people call them time, speed, distance, etc., but not all of our road book challenges are time, speed, distance. It's either being on route or on time.
Okay.
And we have kind of a fun pet name, which is Precision Enduro, which are created by Jimmy Lewis, who trains a lot of the top Dakar athletes to really nail heading and distance. And they're going to have some very fun surprises this week.
I am so excited about this.
Precision Enduros.
Oh, really? So excited. So excited. All right. Well, I know that today is the prologue. It's generally an easier day just to get people into their groove. And I think we've got a graphic here. So, Emily, take me through where they're going to be going today.
Sure. And I love these. These are our new day signage. And thanks, shout out to Aaron Justice for doing these. And it's going to give you the difficulty level on a scale of 1 to 5. Today is considered a 1, really considered the easiest. It's 137 kilometers, which is in mileage, that's about 85 miles. It is one big loop around what's called Lunar Crater. So the name of the stage today is Twin Springs Lunar Crater, and they are going to see some very exceptional terrain, a lot of different types of geology in this area. So couldn't be a better place to start to kick off the rally.
That's awesome. All right, let's have a look at the Mapbox course animation. These are always so cool.
Yeah, shout out to Mapbox. And what you're going to notice if you've watched it in years past is the real increased 3D.
Yeah.
And I love seeing the lunar crater in this. So off the line, they are headed north. They're going down a long, straight dirt road past Twin Springs Ranch, or what we call the Fallini Ranch. The Fallini family founded this ranch in the mid-1800s. And they're going to head up to the pavement and be taking a right-hand turn. Not quite there yet, but they're hitting a blue checkpoint right there. There might be a few blue checkpoints, so they're going to have to choose the right one. Now they've turned onto the pavement. They're heading up through this beautiful canyon. They're doing a nice big climb. Once they come around the corner, they're going to start seeing some kind of big volcanic necks, basically. At this point, the graphic turns right and goes to X checkpoint options, checkpoint 2X. If they had continued on the regular route, they would have gone just a couple of kilometers down the road to hit the regular one. They go up to the lunar crater, right to the edge for the green checkpoint. Now they are headed back north. They've got a black diamond checkpoint in this area. There's some big craters. You can see them right there on the
Bye. Let's see if we can have a chat to one more team, because you know how excited I get meeting all these new people and chatting to old Rebelles. Hey,
Hello.
how you doing, ladies?
Good, we're pumped.
I can see that. Give us the rundown on the vibe in your vehicle this morning.
Oh, the vibes are high. The vibes are high. We've been preparing all year for this. Like, it's finally here. We're ready to go. We're ready to put our practice to the test.
Fantastic. Well, we'll see you in a couple hours. And remember, today is a shakedown day. It's scored, but only to seed the competitors for tomorrow. So these points don't count. And the prologue is a great day for new people to kind of figure things out and old people to get their I keep saying old people. Past competitors. Yeah, excuse me. Past competitors to figure things out and make sure they get the communication down. Now I'm going to send you guys back to Emme and Matthew, and I've got a developing story to share with you coming up soon. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Katie. You know, Matthew, I was talking with Serena earlier of Team 110, and the first thing she said to me was, hey, you and I, no flat tires this year. Because I had flat tires in my vehicle that was just running around, and she had a hard time.
She had a rough time.
Yeah, she did. So, and, you know, she's a great driver. Her Navigator's really good. Their vehicle is well set up. So I'm hoping that they do a lot better this year than they did last year.
Same. You know, these Bronco Raptor editions, they're so big, they're wide. They've got their tires fitting through the same area, and they hit more things than
they do. They do.
Narrower
all right,
view.
I think now we've got the Fallini homestead thing all set up for you. Like I said, 1,000 square miles of ranch land out here in Nevada. I can't wait to learn a little bit more about it, so roll that tape.
Okay, so Helen Fallini is my father's mother. Day-to-day, worked hard, Did everything the men did, side by side, but in a dress.
In a dress?
In a dress, yeah, in
No
moccasins,
way.
yes. So once she could no longer ride and get on horses, and it's kind of customary for us to do this on this ranch, is they get in these four-wheel drive pickups and go and help gather the cattle in
That's
their
so
trucks.
Rebelle.
My sister does it now, yeah.
What is it about the Rebelle that makes you excited to have us come and set up a giant base camp on your ranch?
Oh, it's beautifully inspirational, for one thing. So
Wow.
And so to see these women break out and do this amazing thing together is great. The camaraderie of it, I love that, and the support. You guys are so supportive of each other. It's great. It's inspirational. It's amazing. I love it.
Now, let me ask you one more question. So if you could give a young woman in this crazy world one piece of advice based on your history and all the badass women in your family, what would that one piece of advice be?
I'm going to shut this.
Oh, God.
My advice would be that gender does not limit you. That we've been taught to play a different role in this world through tradition, but we are capable of doing anything and everything that both genders are doing. So when you're looking for inspiration to your life and your happiness, look to both genders and do what suits you.
So I'm here with Anna Fallini at the Fallini Ranch, and this old Chevy is the vehicle that her grandma Helen used to beat around the ranch in when she could no longer ride a horse. And when she could ride a horse, she did it in a long dress. So tell us a little bit about where your grandmother would drive this vehicle in these mountains.
Anywhere in the local area. A lot of the places that the girls will be going tomorrow will be places where our cattle were gathered by this vehicle.
Ladies, this is what Anna Fallini, the legend of the Fallini Ranch, and her daughter here, used to drive to get around. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's
Terrain was not an issue. They went everywhere. And they always had a backup one to pull this one out if there was a problem, if it got stuck or...
Give us a piece of advice that you think your grandmother would have given all of these women who are heading out on their grand Rebelle adventure for 2024. What is one thing you'd say to them in your country about how to do it right?
What my grandmother would say.
Yeah.
Be tough and have fun. That's what my grandmother would say. Be tough and have fun. Simple, right? So simple.
I mean, that is solid.
Welcome back to Rebelle Rally Live, presented by Toyota. Here we are again. I love these Katie pieces. She's so entertaining and so much fun to just check out and hear her perspective.
I know, it's so much fun. And we keep running her ragged because she's got some more interviews on the line. So
Well, she does. We've got a developing story we're all excited to bring you. Katie, take it away.
Thank you, guys. A little bit more time until the developing story, but we're going to hold that maybe for last. I had the most fun with Anna Fallini yesterday. Her grandmother was a true legend, and she is as well. And here we have two more legends who have not competed together, but have crushed it in the Rebelle Rally many times. Rebecca, how are you?
I'm good. Excited. Day zero, yeah. And Syndiely and I have known each other since 2015. I met her at the other rally in Morocco, and this is our first chance to get to collaborate. So excited.
And we know Emme and Rebecca competed one year, our hosts. So Emme is always over there rooting for you guys.
We competed 6 years together, 2 championships and another podium together. So that was a successful partnership. And I miss her, but I love having the challenge of figuring out new teammate dynamics and communication.
Well, that's what Emme and I get to do. It's fun. We're going to shake it up.
All the time on your live show, you get to experience what I had to experience for 6 years.
I can see Emme over there laughing and crying all at the same time. Okay, guys, have a lovely time out there, and we'll see you when you get back.
Bye.
Now let's go up here and have a quick chat to Verena and Kendra. Oh my gosh, look at these freaking helmets. What the actual?
Hi. Welcome to Team Pixel Dust. Sorry.
This is a good start. Lucky it's not scored today. You guys can't even speak. Can you speak, Kendra?
Yeah, I can speak.
What you got? Welcome to Team Pixel Dust.
We were just laughing so much.
It's all about laughing. You know what? Kramer said to me last night, he goes, look around, Katie. We're in the middle of nowhere. If things get weird, it's okay. There you go, Kramer. It started already. Hey, have a great day out there. We can't wait to see you later on. Now, this team that Emily is talking to, who we'll wait for to come down and chat to us, are the absolute epitome of Rebelles. Dana Saxten and Mama Hoehn, Karen Hoehn, have not only done the Rebelle every frickin' year, they've done it together every year. I'm just ranting about you two. Like, we're not allowed to have favourites, Emily? It's just a love thing. You guys are. Talk to me. How are you feeling?
Well, first of all, we love you too. So thank you for ranting about this.
9 years they've done it together.
Yes, we have. Yes, we have.
Yeah. And you met when your children were younger, so you've been friends for how long?
Probably about 30 years.
A little over 30 years.
Yeah, yeah.
So if you could give us one piece of advice to all these rookies I'm seeing right now, what would it be?
I always like to say, be kind to your partner. I mean, to be in a car all day long, be there with somebody that you really love and adore and get along with, and we do. So that's why it's been 9 years.
Now, if they're not getting along, what's your piece of advice?
Zip it, I guess. I don't know.
That would be good. That's perfect. There you have it. Advice from the original Rebelles who've done it every year. If you're not getting along, zip it. Hey, have fun. We'll see you in a couple hours. Okay, I'm heading over to our developing story because it's really exciting, and I'm going to throw you back to Emme and Matthew, and we'll see you shortly.
I am so excited about this story. I almost got to help out, but then they didn't need my help, and I was kind of disappointed that I didn't get to help. But yeah, you guys roll this tape because it's pretty amazing.
Looks great for that.
Guys, I'm down here at the Mechanics Bay. These boys do not have time to talk to me. Yesterday, Team 193's engine here, it stopped. Good night, nurse. No more engine. Rally over. And Nagaiva's team not only found an engine, see where we are? Quite remote. Found an engine and are putting it in their vehicle. They're potentially going to be on the Prologue start line. This is really exciting. Back to you, Emme and Matthew, for the hot take on what's going on before we've even set up our live show.
That is nuts. Their engine blew before the rally even started, and we got them another one?
Yeah, it's awesome. You know, when you tell stories about engines that are legendary, a 22RE is one of those.
Yeah.
A Toyota 22RE. It's not particularly powerful, but it ain't going to die.
Yeah, because that's a 1986 4Runner.
Yeah.
That motor probably had a bajillion million miles on it.
Uh-huh.
And I think the motor got here last night at like, I don't know, 11 o'clock?
2 in the morning.
Oh, it got here at 2 in the morning.
After you.
Okay, so they've been working all night long. I don't think it's quite ready yet, but they think that they are going to be able to do the Prologue.
And get them out on Prologue.
Yeah.
They came to a training, a Rebelle U training in Ridgecrest. And I actually drove the vehicle briefly to, get it up a hill, helping Emma see, the technique for when you've got 5 horsepower, how to get up a hill. And I was so excited that they're going to do the event in an 86 4Runner. So retro, so classic. Hey, and you've got to see the seat covers if you haven't seen them.
Oh, okay. I will.
Anyway, so they're on the way here yesterday. They developed a rod knock. Old trucks make lots of noise, and you can ignore most of them. But a rod knock gets your attention. So ended up on the side of the road. Their sponsor, LC Engineering, well-known in the 4-cylinder Toyota community, came through, and they...
and got them an engine, sent it up from Henderson,
and it was
a
chain of people. One person had to do the driving, another met them halfway, and it was lots of phone calls and lots of moving this engine to a new adventure it wasn't about to have.
And I think that Katie is back at the Mechanics Live to give us a real update. So let's see what's going on over there.
I love that. Nagaiva and Nicole to give us the lowdown on what happened with Team 193. Yesterday their engine stopped, as you know. Nick.
Hi, I'm Nick.
Nice to meet you too, Nick. What's going on here?
So yesterday, after pulling a long grade, we developed a rod knock in the original motor. And so we did some weighing of our options, and one of the team's sponsors is LC Engineering, who specializes in high-performance Toyota.
Good choice and sponsor.
Yeah, high-performance Toyota motors, and yeah, they really came through. They had a motor that they were able to get out the door. We did some running around to find some people. Busby had a friend in Havasu that was about a mile from their shop. They picked it up, took it to Vegas to one of Schaefer's buddies, and a few of Schaefer's friends brought it up here, dropped it off with us about 1:30 in the morning. And
talk about the Rebelle family runs deep. Now we have a brand new engine running, and I understand that Emily has said that your start time was supposed to be 12:10, right?
Yes, yeah.
And you're allowed to go later.
Yeah, we're allowed to go whenever this is ready.
And Nick, whenever it's ready. Is it ready, mate?
Yeah, so with a new engine, you want to have a break-in cycle. So we're about 5 minutes left on our 20-minute break-in cycle. We'll check the timing again, make sure everything looks good. So far, everything looks awesome. So we're running it at 1,500 RPM for 20 minutes. Then we'll put the hood back on, and they'll be able to go about their day.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm going to run back to the line, and hopefully we can end our show on this car, starting the prologue of the 2024 Rebelle. Back to you, Emme and Matthew. Thanks, guys.
Wow.
Great.
So cool.
I can't. I can't. Like, I've swapped air-cooled Volkswagen engines before, which is 4 bolts and, 3 wires. And the fact that they dropped that engine in there overnight, I'm like, our mechanics are amazeballs.
Well, I want to remind you, a vehicle from the 80s, this thing's almost in the 40-30 category. It's 38 or 28 years old, older than that. Anyway, everything doesn't come apart on a vehicle that old so easily. Your exhaust manifold, studs snap off. All kinds of things are really tough about getting an old engine out of a truck. So just a testament to actually not only our mechanics, their energy, but our tool sponsor. Exactly.
Yeah. You know, they've been using some impact hammers on that thing. All right, we are going to take a quick commercial break. Please stay tuned. We've got more great footage and interviews for you live here at the 2024 Rebelle Rally.
Good morning, commuters. Looks like we got traffic backed up for miles. Starting with a downed tree blocking East Avenue and a broken water main causing a bottleneck on the westbound lanes. We've got weekend travelers flooding the turnpike, meaning it's bumper-to-bumper traffic for the foreseeable future. I'd get comfortable. You might be there for a while.
Toyota Trucks. Let's go places.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Rebelle Rally Live Show presented by Toyota. Now, we've been talking a lot to some of the drivers in these vehicles, and you might have noticed some of the vehicles are not like the others. That's because we've got 2 classes here. We've got 4x4 and X-Cross.
The big thing that makes a difference to make a vehicle in the 4x4 class is the transfer case. It's obviously 4-wheel drive, but the transfer case that allows you to get low range and additional control and more capability climbing really is what puts you in 4-wheel drive. Then our X-Cross class, they may be 2-wheel drive. I don't think we've had a 2-wheel drive vehicle yet.
No, but that might change next year when I come here.
Emmy's talking about Buddy. We're going to talk about Buddy a lot on this program, but Buddy's 2-wheel drive. So back to X-Cross, an all-wheel drive layout. That means there's no specific transfer case to be able to get the control and climbing ability available with a low range. Also, different all-wheel drive systems behave differently, don't they?
They do. Some all-wheel drive systems actually will have a center locker. Some might have a rear locker. The Bronco's Sport Sasquatch, that has got a kind of a rear locker of sorts. Other ones, I believe the Telluride has a center locker. So some of them do have locking differentials. And then some of the 4x4 classes don't have any lockers at all. Because for us, the big thing is all about the transfer case.
It is. So I'll tell you, one of the things that is really interesting to me is that each year the X-Cross vehicles get better and get better. The software gets better and better. The ABS pumps and stuff that are used to transfer torque around get better and better. Several of the X-Cross class vehicles are hybrid as well. So now they've got some torque available that kind of can replace having a transfer case.
Yeah.
You've got some,
it's getting there.
Yeah.
There's some technology is moving quicker and faster, so it's a pretty exciting time to be alive if you're a car enthusiast.
So speaking about cars, who is out there looking at them?
Exactly. Well, Katie is out there looking at him. So Katie has got another team on the line here at the Prologue. Katie.
Go, Katie. It's the wind's picking up here and it's getting a bit crazy because we know that it's the Prologue and it's not just the teams ironing out all of their cobwebs. It's the ops team and the food team and, of course, the live team, and we're getting there. Now I'm here with Melissa and Kathryn. How are you guys?
We're great.
OG Rebelle, another one. And how many times have you done it? 3?
Number 3.
Oh my gosh, so how are you guys doing? How many Fords do you have in this year?
I think there's 15. If you count the Raptors and we have a Ranger Raptor and an F-150 Raptor. I think there's 14 or 15.
Look how cool and calm and clean you guys look.
Yeah,
what are you concerned about this year?
She did mention a plot twist. So I'm always kind of concerned about what that's going to look like, but I don't have a lot of concerns. I feel like we have a superior car and have a fantastic Navigator. So
we'll have a great time out there. So you seasoned Rebelles, what are you working on today, given it's not really scored? I mean, I know we talked about wanting to be seeded because you wanted a better start. So you're going to compete to get in a good seed spot. What are you working on as a team on Prologue Day?
Nailing the X's. We're going after the X's today and make sure that we've got that dialed in and try a few things together to see if we can get those locked in nice and close.
And I like this. Very smart. Check this out, Kramer. Look at this little side thing.
For my
for your compass and stopwatch.
And I have a stopwatch.
Everyone should have one. You should patent that. That's a really good idea. All right. Very smart. All right, ladies, have a great day out there. Let's go check out a little taste of the States. What does that mean? Jenna, what does a little taste of the States mean?
So one of our sponsors is Cherry, and Cherry is a clothing brand made in the USA, and they do a lot of Americana and automotive-inspired clothing lines, and so that's one of their little taglines.
What a great segue, because my second question was, what is Cherry? And now we know it's a clothing line. And they're your sponsor. Well, that's fantastic. We just asked Melissa what she's working on today. You guys have done this before. What's your kind of Prologue, get the cobwebs out strategy?
Well, this year in general, we're working on being a little more accurate. That rookie year, you're just figuring it out. Your second year, we figured out better efficiency. And now year 3, we're trying to be more accurate.
I'm hearing some competition vibes in there, Kramer. Go get them. Have a great first Prologue Day. Now here we have Team 177. They've wound up their windows, which is smart because it's getting dusty. Very clever, winding up your windows with all this dust blowing around. How are you guys doing today?
We're doing great. We're excited. It's our first year, so we'll see how we do.
And have you talked to any of the other Rebelles? Like, what's the best piece of advice you think you've got from a seasoned Rebelle?
To me, it's you're going to make mistakes, and it's just how you recover from them.
Say friends,
fun, finish.
There you have it from another set of rookies. Friends, fun, finish. Well, we'll see you later on, just in a couple of hours. Enjoy your Prologue.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now we're going to have a little chat to Terry and 134 Team Coastal Cruisers.
Yes, that's us.
How are you, ladies? I did find you. Took a minute.
On a coast.
No. Now, what's the meaning behind Coastal Cruisers?
Well, we're sisters, and I live in California, and she lives in Florida, and we have a land cruiser, so we're coastal cruisers.
Oh, that's so great. And sisters, so have you always got along as sisters?
Yeah, we have. Yeah, we do a lot together, in fact, and we have 2 other sisters who would love to be here, but we'll have to wait for next year.
Well, you can say hi to them. I'm sure they're watching.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, Terry.
Yeah.
Monica, here, Michelle.
Where do the other two sisters live if you guys are coast to coast?
Well, one is also in Florida and one is in Seattle area.
Awesome.
So we're on the coast.
And what's your strategy for the prologue today? What are you working on?
We're going to try to hit some checkpoints that we had to plot using heading and distance because those seem to be a little bit trickier for us. So we're going to try to see how close we come.
Fantastic. Well, you have a wonderful time out there, ladies.
Thank you.
Right, what have we got here? 191, the Brute Squad. Let's let them drive down, actually. We can walk this way, Kramer. How are you doing, Kramer? You good? Kramer and I haven't worked together like this before. We miss you, Will, but Kramer's doing a really good job taking your place. How are you, Will? Will's just had a baby, in case anybody was wondering, and he's there with his goats. He's got a lot more goats now. Anyway, we're not here to talk about Will. We're here to talk about you guys. How are you, Kirsten?
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
Nice to see you, Katie.
You too. How's this ram? You're like really high up.
Yes,
It makes me feel even shorter than normal.
It's much bigger than the vehicle we drove in the last 2 years. We learned a lot from it.
So how long have you been training with it?
With this truck? What, 3 days?
Yeah. Oh, that's good. So this is your focus on the prologue day, is to get to know your third teammate a little bit.
That's right. We had one really good practice day. We took it out for several hours, and now we get to find out what she can really do.
Well, you guys have a great time out there.
Thank you.
Enjoy. We'll see you later. So here we are at the prologue day, and everybody's, as we just saw, figuring out the cobwebs, figuring out their third teammate. In the Rebelle, you have 3 team members, your navigator and your driver, and some people switch between the two. And then your third teammate, which we've just seen over in our developing story, is really important, your vehicle. And how you treat your teammate, your third one, is really, really important. So I'm going to send you back to Emme and Matthew. I can't even see them because this car's so high. What have they got on their heads? Back to you, goons.
Thank you so much, Katie. All I can see are like her little eyes over the hood of that Ram.
Now, that Ram that Kristen and Jill are driving has won this event, hasn't it?
No, that is the new RHO. So Ram killed the TRX, and now they have replaced it with the RHO, which has got a 3-liter inline-6 twin-turbo Hurricane engine with like 500 and something horsepower. Yeah, so that is brand new.
I love how much you know about this.
I know. Well, and I'm going to go on the press drive after this, so they're driving it before even the rest of the journalist things get to drive it. But Matthew, we were talking a little bit in the break about the Lunar Crater that's around from here, and how kind of like this area's got like a little sciencey vibe.
It's sciencey. It's close to Area 51. The Tonopah test range is really near here, and in fact, I had a moment yesterday.
Yeah.
I stopped on the side of the road, and I was like, I keep seeing these signs for low-flying aircraft.
Right. Those are the UFOs, duh.
Yeah, exactly. But something caught my eye, like way far away. And, of course, being the nerd I am, I had my strong binoculars available. I got those out, and I was able to find a C-130 flying super low to the ground, doing these steep turns, like these S-turns, like I said, really low to the ground without landing gear down. So, anyway, that was cool. But also, about the Lunar Crater. It turns out that where the Apollo 17 was going to land on the moon looked geographically similar to the Lunar Crater.
Maybe that's why it's called Lunar Crater.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, it has not too much erosion. It's a pretty young kind of crater in the terms of the history of the world. So they brought mock lunar rovers. They brought like spacesuits and tested their cuffs. They tested camera systems, and they just got the astronauts into the vibe of what they were going to encounter when they landed on the moon.
Oh, that's awesome.
There's a lot of interesting, publicly available information from NASA about how they used the Lunar Crater for practice for going to the moon.
Science is so cool.
Yeah.
I love it.
Fun stuff. Speaking of science and things in space, Iridium has a network of satellites in space, and I spoke with Munif from Iridium yesterday at Tech, and so I think we have a piece from that we can toss to. I'm standing here with Munif from Iridium, and if you know anything about the Rebelle Rally, you'll know we talk about Iridium a lot. And we're going to hear from Munif a bit about their business and what they're up to. So, Munif, what is Iridium? What do you guys do?
Yeah, we have 66 satellites up in orbit, in a LEO orbit, and we cover the entirety of the globe, and we provide safety, reliable communications to everyone in the globe. and that's what we're here to do. And we're excited to have you guys as a partner, and we're excited to be back here supporting you.
Man, it's so cool working with you guys. The first time I heard about Iridium was when someone was showing me a watch that they could unscrew the side and pull an antenna out and send an SOS, and they said they could do that from anywhere in the world.
Absolutely, yeah. We have the entirety of the globe covered from pole to pole. There isn't a place on Earth that we don't leave covered, and so whether it be rain or whatever it is, you'll know that when you're using the Iridium network, you can be reached. And so, the competitors know that they're in good hands because we keep their safety and reliability at the top of our minds. And so that when they're out in these remote locations, they can be rest assured that they can be reached and they are connected, even though they aren't.
So cool, yeah. Not connected in the traditional sense. So if you've heard of YB races, which hopefully you have, and you're following along at home, and the YB yellow brick trackers, they are built on top of the Iridium network. So you're already using Iridium yourselves to keep up with this event. So those 2 yellow bricks that are on with each team, one is mounted on the vehicle that allows us to just do pings and see where they are and see that they've been moving recently. And then the other one is the one that they are holding. The teams are using that for the scoring. So not only is our safety built on the backbone with Iridium, but our scoring system is also built around Iridium and yellow brick tracking. So thanks for joining us. We'll have more fun tidbits here from the live show, Rebelle 2024.
Matthew, that was really cool. I mean, a lot of people don't realize that, yes, this is an analog rally, but they do have one piece of technology, which is those yellow brick trackers. So when they're out there, when they get to a checkpoint, the competitors will press a button. That sends the signal back here to Rally HQ and to our patented scoring system, and then that tells us, okay, they are at that checkpoint. But what also happens is that will give competitors their current latitude and longitude points.
Mm-hmm.
So you can sometimes use that to your advantage if you don't know where you are. However, you are penalized.
Yeah, you're penalized a wide miss.
Yeah,
right?
you are. You are. You can't just. The first couple of years, we'd call it press and pray, and we'd be like, I don't know, maybe we're at the right spot.
I like it, press and pray. But one of the techniques, and we're going to talk a lot more about techniques and scoring and strategies. But Chrissy was covering it in the rally school this morning. That one of the techniques, if you're lost, if you can take the penalty and then make sure to go get the checkpoint associated, right? Use that benefit, and then you get a lot of the points of the wide miss penalty back.
Yeah. All right, well, I can see Katie out there. Looks like she is with Chrissy right now. So, Katie, tell us what you got.
I'm absolutely not with Chrissy. Get your eyes checked. This is not your co-host's wife. This is Lee. Lee competed in the Rebelle in 2017 and 2018, and as I was saying before, the Rebelle family goes wide and people come back and work on stuff like the 2 of us. And I just asked her a really interesting question. For year 10 next year, would you consider competing again?
That might be the year. I don't know. We'll see what Sedona Blinson's doing. Because I'd like to go back with my original partner.
There you go. That's a challenge.
Yeah.
Now, just quickly before I go and talk to this rookies, lots of rookies here, can you tell us a little bit about what you do on the start line each day?
You bet. So we're checking for safety protocol, satellite phones, their GPS trackers, making sure their helmets are on, just final things, and then giving them a little word of encouragement before they head out for the day.
It's always good to see your face on
It's
the start
so fun.
line.
Yes.
Thank you so much. We'll
Absolutely.
see you soon. Now, I love this wrap, Kramer. Check it out. It's got massive ocean vibes. Let's have a look in here. Megan and Elizabeth, rookies in the most beautifully wrapped vehicle I have seen to date. Tell me a little bit about it.
Yeah, so this is the Tacoma Trail Hunter. We've put a lot of work into it leading up to today. A lot of stuff we've added. So we did like the wrap. We've added our spare tire carrier. We have our toolboxes in the back. We've got a jack. And then one of the special things that we want to note is on the hood, part of our graphic is actually the Trail Hunter logo. And everybody that contributed to working on this vehicle was able to sign that. So those are all of our team members' signatures on that logo.
So if you didn't catch that because I pulled the microphone, all the team members that worked on this vehicle have signed the front of it on the logo on the front. And then what's the meaning of the ocean vibes on the side?
So it's different on each side. So it's the different areas of Texas. So over here you have the desert and the plains, and then on her side you have the coast and the woods. We're both Texans, proud Texans, and we wanted to show that off with our wrap.
Did you catch that on there? You're going to have to get the other side, Kramer. This is the ocean side, and the desert side is on the other side. This is a good story. I like that, and it's just beautiful. Now, being rookies, you have a bit of a strategy on Prologue. It doesn't really matter because it's not scored. So have you got a strategy for today on how you're going to do your first little trial?
I mean, we're going to try it all. We've been talking to a lot of the veterans, and they said today is the day to really try everything. Try the X checkpoints, try the black checkpoints. So we're really just going to try every checkpoint we have on here and see how it goes.
I love that. The all-in strategy. Hey, have a great time out there, and we'll see you soon. That's fantastic. All in. Now, here we've got a Jeep. Team 133. Actually, let me go on the other side so the dust doesn't blow in your face. Kramer and I have gritty teeth already. It's like dust nation out here already. So we've got 2 more rookies here. How are you?
Doing great. We're excited to be here.
Wind that window up if you want. Yes. And then you won't get all the dust in your mouth like I've just experienced.
Oh, good. Okay.
So there's a team in front of you that are rookies, and they've told us that they're all in today and they're just going to give it a real try-it-all attempt. What's your strategy for today?
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be our first time doing this outside of practice. And today it doesn't really count for anything, so I think this is our chance to figure out what we're good at and build our confidence, and also to figure out what we need to do better tomorrow.
And can you tell us a little bit how you guys know each other?
Yeah, so we both work at Iridium. We are the Iridium sponsored team this year, and we're both satellite software engineers, so we became great friends from being on the same team at work, and then applied to do this together, and are very grateful that Iridium chose us.
So being into satellites, and we all love Iridium because that's how we keep track of you and we can all communicate with each other. What does it feel like being in a vehicle, based on your careers, with only a paper map and a compass?
Yeah, so obviously we're very used to being wired into all kinds of technology, so it's cool to be kind of away from that whole world for a while, but then also really cool because we wrote the actual code on the satellites, or we contributed to it, so you know, we hope we did our jobs well, and we feel pretty confident that our Iridium trackers and Iridium phones are going to keep us safe at the end of the day. So that's a nice safety net to know we have at all times.
Why did I get goosebumps when I heard these 2 wrote the code?
Some of it. Some.
Yeah. Own it. That's fantastic. Well, great to meet both of you, and we'll see you when you get back from Prologue, and have a wonderful time. First of all, though, what are these ducklings?
So we have our Iridium space ducks. There's astronaut and duck with stars on it. And then our 2 Halloween ducks, this square duck, those came from some of our lovely competitors. And then this one is in honor of former competitors, Cindy and Heidi, who have both struggled with or currently have breast cancer.
We love Cindy and Heidi.
Yeah.
All right, ladies. Your good luck charms are going to do right by you today, and we can't wait to see you back at the finish line in a few hours. Have a great time. Just enjoy, okay? Take it easy. Bye. Team Iridium 133. And this is interesting. Yeah, you're our last interview, so you're going to make me work for it, right? Yes, now I've got to walk alongside.
Hello, friend.
There's 65 teams? 60th off the line. They're 60th off the line. Now, Laura and Penny have not competed together before. No. So this is exciting. I'm loving seeing these seasoned Rebelles pair up with different combos, because we're all really curious how it's all going to go down. Yeah. Talk to me about how you guys decided to do it together and what your strategy is, because I can already feel the competitive vibe oozing out of this vehicle.
I mean, it's legit. We're competitive. We've been friends since 2018. I trust her a lot, and I'm excited to rally with her.
Yeah. I have a huge amount of respect for Laura, and she's been a phenomenal competitor for years. She's podiumed several times, so I just want to show up for her. I want us to have a really phenomenal and fun year, and hopefully a really good year success-wise.
Well, you guys have a blast out there. I heard 2 words, trust and respect. And that's so important in the Rebelle. And these 2 clearly have picked each other to go in with a competitive nature, and all eyes on all these new shake-ups this year. Thanks so much. Have a great time out there. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to throw you back to Matthew and Emme. I think we've made it through the beginning of the prologue. The live team feels very dialed in, and we're looking forward to a fantastic week in the 2024 Rebelle Rally. Not ish, Tim. A fantastic week. There's no issues about it. Back to you, Matthew and Emme.
Katie, I feel dialed in.
I do. I feel very dialed in.
Quite dialed
Everything about me feels dialed in
Yeah,
at this
same,
this very moment.
For sure.
We do know that 193, the hood is now on the vehicle, so they're not in the lineup yet, but we're hoping that we will get them. So we will definitely talk about those guys on our Rebelle Rally socials.
We're talking about it right now. I'm actually watching it drive.
Oh, you're watching it drive?
It's going to get in line.
Oh my God, I'm so excited!
Hopefully it goes in line. Hopefully that's the team in it and not the technicians doing a test drive. But
well,
anyway,
if you guys keep watching the Rebelle Rally live show here, brought to you by Toyota, we've got giveaways for you throughout the whole week that we will be bringing to you.
Yeah, we've got $5,000 or more in giveaways. It's not just hats and stuff like that. It's
it's real
tires and all
stuff,
kinds
you
of
guys.
fun
It's
stuff.
real stuff. So you can go to rebellerally.com/giveaway. You can register there. We will be talking more about those as the week goes through. I kind of wish that I could register because I want some of this stuff, but I guess because I work here, I can't.
Yeah, and, everything's going to be developing through the week. This is a ramp in. There's a lot of information for us to deliver across the live show, and we're going to try to just roll into that and give it to you in bite-sized pieces so you can track and keep up with us. Speaking of keeping up with us.
Yes. So, well, first of all, if you would like to get... There it is! Oh, my gosh, the truck is moving. 193 is moving. Yes! It's moving! I'm so excited. If you would like to keep up with us, we're basically a Rebelle Rally across all the socials. Instagrams, the YouTubes, the Twitters, the Facebooks, all of those things. So please be sure to follow us. And if you'd like to learn a little bit about the history of the Rebelle Rally, we have a whole series called Dead Reckoning of these really, really great episodes. That is on YouTube. So check that out as well for some great history and information about everything.
Hey, and speaking of, when you know the history and you start to know some of the cast of characters, that's when you can get into a show, right? And that's how really you could come to understand a lot more of the background of the little things we have to share with you, is having checked out the show.
Exactly. All right. So this is our only show for today, but we do have shows coming for you this entire week. Our morning show is at 6:45. Oh my gosh, that is so early.
We've got 18 more shows to do, by the way.
What's that?
18 more shows.
Oh, 18 more shows. That's so many. So first show is going to be at 6:45, and then our next show, we will be having a midday competitor update, I believe, tomorrow around 1 o'clock, and then we'll have a show at the finish line as well. So be sure to check that out. We are Matthew and Emme here from Area 51 Basecamp.
What a blast. Excited to be here. Excited to get this thing off the ground again. I know these competitors are going to be just relieved after a day of prologue.
Absolutely.
Shaking off the rust.
Absolutely. But the competition starts tomorrow. Again, we'll see you tomorrow at 6:45 a.m. In the meantime, be sure to check the Rebelle Rally socials for updates and great photos and video from all of our cool media people here. I'm Emme. This is Matthew. This is the Rebelle Rally Live presented by Toyota. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you mañana.
The Rebelle Rally is the longest competitive off-road navigation rally in the U.S. It is remote, unique, and extremely challenging. When we launched the Rebelle, we needed a robust, multi-function tracking system to serve as the backbone for course and safety operations. Unique to the Rebelle, it also has to interface directly with our real-time scoring system. The tracker must be reliable, durable, and never fail, combined with superior customer support. We chose Iridium-based YB tracking. It's the best product and the most experienced people. YB tracking has been a critical component of our safety and success since day one.
now your action weather broadcast. We've got shifting weather conditions on the horizon. Expect high winds, scattered thunderstorms, cold fronts, and dense fog. It's a wild one out there.
Toyota Trucks. Let's go places.